and I can drop it to you too if there is anything like, well, that was sick right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gems.
man. Well, that's really cool. I was yeah, when I saw your page, because it had been a while, I know you shifted away slightly from also the agency space, which of course I also did and focused in on copy, and then from there, you went into health, trying to do something with that as well, and then kind of leading up to now what you're doing and kind of the message you're pushing. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, generally I was just chasing money. I mean, I was just
Hmm.
investing and seeing opportunities where I can make money either fast or saw someone doing something I wanted to kind of copy that.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't being authentically myself. I was just kind of just seeing, I started with marketing, then I went into like
Hmm.
coaching per se. That's when I was, yeah, getting into the habits. That was like 2024, I believe. Yeah, because
Right.
when I was in, yeah, 2023, November, was that, yeah, I was in Miami.
Hmm.
So we were still working on the thing. And then about like,
Hmm.
yeah, after the year end, 2024, this is when we kind of, went our own separate way. But
Exactly. Yeah.
sure. Yeah, because I remember you were getting some rhythm with copies. You wanted to focus on that.
Right.
So yeah, respected that, of course. And
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, from then I started investing because yeah, I just need to just basically like recreate myself, like I was just
Hmm.
lost in so many different like just pulls from the devil, like just desires. Like I was always chasing like a feeling and like things that I thought were gonna fulfill me. And I was
Yeah.
like basically like emptying myself in so many different ways. And I
Hmm.
was just constantly, and I just wasn't finding what I was looking for. I wasn't fulfilled. So I was
Hmm.
like, change, right? Like, not
Hmm.
that I hit rock bottom, but I definitely hit a low.
For
And
sure.
just investing. And then, I got behind a good mentor. His name is Yados,
Hmm.
with just the habits. So like I still have those now, like waking up before 5, no
Yeah.
vices, training every day in the beginning. I was doing burpees as well every day,
Hmm.
tracking my food. So it was all things that were aligning me and just keeping me away from the bad things. Drinks, alcohol,
Hmm.
women was a big thing for me, like chasing women.
100%.
Remove all those distractions, and then yeah, it comes to a point where like you're doing it, and like it's you push your physical limit. Like
Oh yeah.
I it's with the spiritual, it's you can't just wake up one day and be spiritual. But, like it's not just
Hmm.
something you fall. I mean, you could fall into the Bible, of course, and
Hmm.
understanding it. I believe
Yeah.
to truly align yourself, you have to suffer, of
Hmm.
course, with the mental, like and the physical. So
Yeah.
I came to a point where I was just losing my ego in so many different ways. Like I was,
Hmm.
just doing the habits and stuff that were isolating myself a bit more, but it was just disconnecting me from myself. Because when you find God, you lose yourself. That's
Right.
what I've seen. The more you
Hmm.
find God, the more you lose yourself of who you think you are with, the ego and what it
Yeah.
tells you. So
It's a little confusing in that period where you know there's something greater out there for you, but it's just kind of this thing that you don't even have a clear vision of. So it's like a really confusing time period, because we've just been so accustomed to, all the programming that really is earthly programming, and all of that is obviously far, far from God. And so, yeah,
yeah,
dude, I 100% feel that. Yeah. And dude, honestly, just going back to, when I talked to you for the first time and going through it, I feel like even just, I don't know, like there's like an energy that from just seeing your content and like just seeing your face, honestly, like not in a weird way, but like seeing the way kind of like a glow up, honestly. It's a glow up.
crazy.
It's crazy. It's really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it says in the Bible as well. Like the lamp are the eye, no, the eyes are the lamp of the soul.
Hmm.
So if you looked at my
Hmm.
eyes 2 years ago, there was nothing there. Like there was flesh, I was breathing, but
Hmm.
there was no Daniel. So like the whole thing was just finding who Daniel is again, and
Yeah.
like I had to remove all these things. Like you can't find yourself by having these vices and things around you that you believe are you, and they give you this
Hmm.
feeling that like a feel good feeling. You have to
Hmm.
remove and basically just isolate yourself. And like God
Hmm.
finds you when you do that work to like isolate and really like
Hmm.
look for them, like be in that abyss almost like you said. It's like an abyss, like you're kind of just there, like almost in
Hmm.
a waiting period, but you're just doing the
Hmm.
right things to get you closer. And then one day it's just like bam,
It just
he's
kind of
there.
hits. Yeah.
You're crazy, like
Yeah, it does.
real,
Yeah,
yeah.
for me it was like I grew up Catholic and going to church all the time. Actually, today one something that the pastor was talking about was of baptism. So I was baptized since I was young, and from a biblical standpoint like that, baptism is it washes away the original sin, which is just kind of something that you are born into, and then you become a children of God. And So I don't know, like I think throughout my entire life, I've always had a like everybody has always told me too, like there's just always like something when something negative's happening, like I'm never really like drawn into it and like it's never taken me down. But maybe like to a low point where you hit, but really I still drifted from God. I still got distracted, and it wasn't until like I was telling you, right, like earlier last spring around that time, early summer, I'd say actually. It was when I started just getting back into the word because I just felt like I had something missing in my life. Like I was on a steady climb with my business and like nothing crazy yet, by the way, with numbers or anything. It's just it's still a grind every day to make sure that there's a flow and everything with clients and stuff. But definitely, I did make a jump, and so I was finding a good rhythm, and then I was like almost scared that it would be ripped away from me because I wasn't even connecting with God. And so it was almost out of fear, like I know I can't be doing this on my own. Like God has to be with me. And not even that, but like just God really hadn't been in my family, like with my wife and my kids. Like we had prayed here and there, but it wasn't like a routine and it wasn't like they were really feeling it. And like my kids are still young, but I saw like maybe the first month where we were a little bit more on top of reading the Bible together and prayer, things like that, where I started just feeling a difference in my home. And I'm like, this is what I've been needing. And for me, that totally different background, with you, as opposed to you, but like there's that period where it just kind of clicks, like you're saying, and it feels amazing to know that God is here, really. So yeah.
He's so real. Like he's real. Like everyone has different encounters, and like it's
hmm
not that you see per se is not gonna like move something in front of you, or like it's not gonna be this like like supernatural thing that like, oh, like
hmm
God himself is gonna be, it's
Yeah.
almost like something he just calls you, like it's just
hmm
something like it's your conscience, you just see, it's like you just
hmm
feel it, it's something that it's he's there, like it's an energy, it's not
Yeah.
it's not something physical per se, but like,
hmm
yeah, like you said, it's crazy that you said that because like even someone that I'm working with, like, I'm not sure if you saw my page, like someone that's actually got me to this place, like my
hmm
coach,
hmm
he's very connected and like he's
hmm
done a lot of work on himself, but what
hmm
he's been able to do is and see is like everything is spiritual, right? So
hmm
you know the people that have God in the forefront, especially in their homes and their relationships, those are the ones that you can't separate because
hmm
realize at the end of the day, the battles aren't, you believe it's maybe it's like a disagreement, but it's all
hmm
just the devil trying to attack something that's pure,
Yeah.
because for you and your wife, I always, yeah, I was always admired like that you guys, were from young, like a young age, you were
hmm
together, and like it was something that was meant to be, right? And I
hmm
believe in that. Like there's things that are meant to be that are chosen, right? Or people that are
Yeah.
chosen for this
Yeah.
path. And like you said, you always felt that it was there because you had calling and it was something that
hmm
you wanted. But
hmm
like the world is very good at distracting you with the earthly things, the
Oh
worldly
yeah.
things, money, material things, whatever it is. Lust is a
hmm
big one, especially for men.
Huge,
So,
bro.
like,
Yeah, I've experienced that
yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But once you find it, like you said, like it clicks, you're like, this is what's been missing. Like it's
hmm
people neglect the spiritual for the physical and the mental, but the most real is the spiritual.
Yeah.
That's what actually fulfills you. Like, that's
100%.
like I said, that's the big like the changes that I've made for myself, I could say is like it's all spiritual. I mean, like I wouldn't be able
hmm
to go from 2 years ago, I was lost in partying and drugs and women to now like,
hmm
just having this life where it's like I don't need anything. Like I've,
hmm
removed all vices. I'm aligned. I'm, like
hmm
thankful as well. Like it's just changed everything. It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
it's a different person.
It's
And like
beautiful.
you said, you get reborn in God in Christ,
Yeah.
when you actually put yourself in that. And it's,
hmm
yeah, it just changes everything. So I
Dude, it
mean,
does.
like you just attract people, like like
Yeah.
it's I believe I was thinking about you like a few days ago, and I went to your page, and then funny enough, after like you messaged me, so it's like it's
Yeah.
all frequency, it's all attraction, right? Like you can't chase
That
it,
blew my mind when I heard that you said that. I'm like, dude, wow, that's so amazing
yeah,
how
it's
that
all
happened.
frequency at the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can't chase anything. Like the world tells you to chase this and that, and
hmm
at the end of the day, what's for you is based on your frequency and what you do with that, right? It's all
hmm
inner work, So it's
hmm
how at peace are you just with the day? Like for me, I don't need
hmm
it. I just need to wake up.
hmm
That's my mindset. Like I get another day. That's crazy, Like
Yeah.
problems matter. It's not like, oh, like lack of this and like first world problems. Like you get another day. Like you get
Yeah.
to actually I have to have a problem. That's crazy to
Right.
think about.
Yeah. That's a blessing in itself right there. Because yeah, you couldn't just end. I mean, it could end, and then it's like, yeah, you're gone, but yeah, I don't even know what to say to that because
Yeah.
it's yeah,
Perspective. Just
it's
put their
all gone.
perspective. They're like, okay, like you have
It's
you're able to be conscious and have a day to worry
you
or
know what
but
you that bring you saying that too. Something the pastor said today was he went to this thing in Chicago. Where I'm in Washington, so he flew to Chicago, and some question that was asked that stuck in his brain was someone asked or someone just said it out loud, and it was something to just reflect on every day. Essentially, it's like if you could only have the things that you were grateful for yesterday, what would you have today? And it's like, a lot of people aren't really grateful, they neglect the little things or, they're not, we have so many things and it's not just our family, our kids, our wives, our friends, our family members and the physical things that we have, but even because the whole talk was about baptism, it's like if you're going to be thankful for something, be thankful for baptism. And so, 'cause that's the thing that, being a children of God and all of that, like that's if you don't have anything but you're a children of God, you're saved. And so that also kind of shifted my perspective a little bit. I don't know if I said it in the same context as he did, so it might have not hit for you as hard, but it was a good shift for me. It was like, dang, yeah, that's true. Just being grateful for everything and yeah, like you said, even just waking up, that in itself is huge. More
yeah.
opportunities for that day, for the rest of the day. But
Exactly.
yeah.
Nothing can happen unless you have that day. So it's like everything
Hmm.
is a bonus. Like I always say that like every day is a bonus. Like I get the day, so everything else is a bonus. Whatever happens
Hmm.
is a bonus. But like
Hmm.
it's shifted so much perspective and gratitude and yeah, it's also for me, it's like when you really trust God, you know everything's perfect.
Hmm.
Like it's hard to like explain, but like,
Hmm.
you don't try to control everything that's happening. It's not like, oh, this like the whole thing with what I've realized is like control comes from fear.
Hmm.
Like
Oh yeah.
even all these things of like you want to control this or like have this by a certain date and like it's
Yeah.
all because you
Yeah.
don't have trust in something else. So you try to like,
Hmm.
have this something you want to hold on to something.
Does
So
that, I mean, let me ask you, because this is kind of relevant with New Year's and new goals and everything like that for 2026, the vision for 2026. How does that change your approach with setting goals? Because I know we still want to shoot for things, right? And like still make an impact on the world in that way. There's things we want to strive towards. And this is something that I've been looking into a little bit, even YouTube videos on some people. Some people have their perspectives on this and how it aligns also with God's just his ways. He's got his own plan for everybody already. So how do you kind of see it?
yeah, I see it very differently. I believe it's like before the whole concept of goals I followed,
Hmm.
but now I believe it's gonna kind of sound crazy, but I believe it's the devil. I don't believe in,
Hmm.
goals anymore because I've been given this like roadmap of like,
Hmm.
it's crazy. It sounds crazy, of course, but like
Hmm.
any like I believe it's like your high frequency or low frequency. So,
Okay.
the whole job we have is aligning ourselves with the source,
Hmm.
God. So,
Hmm.
any thought or like desire per se that gives you like a goal is essentially something you want to control for a feeling it's going to give you, whether it's
Hmm.
money, whether it's relationships, whatever it is. So like you're putting yourself in a future tense place and like getting a feeling from that you can't
Yeah.
get here.
Yeah.
So like for me, it's like even for New Year's, like people, I remember I went to bed like 12:30, by the way. There was like no New Year's. It was just like,
Yeah.
I just get to wake up, right? So
Yeah.
so I went upstairs and there were like three New Year's resolutions. I was like, it's because I don't have any. I mean, I was just said like, do what
Yeah.
I'm doing, in terms of my habits and better. But for
Hmm.
me, how do I explain it? It's just staying aligned. Like that's I could say my goal because I
Hmm.
know everything, like I said, even in the Bible it says all desires of the heart are given once you align yourself with God. Like it's
Yeah.
it's
And the
like
heart is deceitful, right?
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing is like the battle isn't it's all spiritual. Like
Hmm.
the devil, especially if you have a big calling, is gonna attack you the
Hmm.
most with all these
Yeah.
thoughts and like your lack and stuff like that. So for me, it's
Hmm.
like I remember the whole concept of goals,
Hmm.
just for that simple thing because it's like something the devil can use if that makes
Mm.
sense.
No, yeah, for
But
sure.
but it's for me, it's like I still don't miss. I still have my habits and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it's following my conscience more so than having a goal because I'm
Hmm.
not sure for you, but like every time I've thought of something, it's
Hmm.
always taken longer than when I don't think about it. Like if you think of, anytime that like you want something, you're like, oh, the goal, or like I need
Hmm.
this. Oh,
Hmm. Hmm.
it's like you're pushing it away. But when you don't need it and you're just flowing, you're in your process, it
Right.
just appears in your lap. So
That's
it's like
yeah.
the whole thing of thinking and like
Okay.
I feel like we've really like brainwashed and programmed to overthink. The
Oh
self-help
yeah.
books, desire, plan, like
Yeah.
organizing everything organized. It's too much control. It's too much
Hmm.
control.
Hmm.
And it takes away the obviously the divine power, but like it's not saying to go and just leave everything up to God because you have to take action, of course.
Right. Right.
Knowing that like once you put your trust in God, you
Hmm.
have a teammate now. It's not
Okay.
just you and your thoughts, it's God is your teammate and
Yeah.
he gives you the steps as long as
Kind of
you're aligned.
guides you throughout throughout the day,
Yeah,
throughout the week, throughout the
like
month.
you're
Yeah.
on, he gives you a sailboat and you have the steer, right? Like you have the, I guess the
Mm.
rudder is called, and you're just he's steering it for you, but you're just there.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be the best path. That's gonna, it's not going to
Mm.
be, like you said, it could be deceiving. It could
Yeah.
be
100%.
something that you feel like you need, but then you get it, and it's like, oh, it wasn't really this, and like,
I'm really, grateful that you brought that up just because my mentor right now, my copywriting mentor, he was like, "Hey man, by the way, have you mapped out your 2026 yet? Like and kind of completed from 20 moving on from 2025?" And I actually did had put together a little bit like of a vision board. And then another thing was I got a call from kind of like a follow-up call from another mentorship. I went to this seminar in LA in 2024. We said 2023 was that last year, and then when we stopped
yeah,
working on the agency,
probably like
right?
January. In January, we kind of just had
Okay.
our mutual message, and we kind of just parted
Yeah.
ways. So
Okay, so
January.
yeah, it was in 2024 when I went to that seminar, spent a lot of money, got into debt with that stuff, and it was like a whole year-long program, but it did help with like the confidence side of things and just showing up every day. And it did obviously have an impact in my life, but then on the call, he's like, "Hey man, it's been like 2 years since then, since that time, literally, we're in January, so." He was like, how are things been like ever since we onboarded you or whatever?" And I was like, "Dude, it's been great. I've been able to get to this point. It's all right. Like, what are you trying to get to with your business now?" And then I was like, "Dude, I would love to hit like 30, 50K months, you know? At this point, I know there's other copywriters out there doing that." And he's like, "Yeah, man, I've been in the game too, and it's very doable. I'm around these kind of people all the time." And it's like, "Well, what's stopping you?" And I just kind of gave up my answer or whatever. And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna give it to you for real. It's like you don't really believe that you're that person." And so that since that conversation and then just like me thinking, okay, well then I have to believe a little bit more that I am that copywriter that makes 20, 30, 40K a month. But again, even just like you're saying, I'm trying every morning since I had that conversation to like step into that role. I'm not that person yet. I'm like in reality, I'm not that person, but with the emotions that come from operating at that level, like how they show up in the world every day. Like there's a disconnect, obviously, because I'm not actually them. There might be a little bit of something that bumps and kind of creates some friction there with what you're saying here with just kind of every day being aligned, and then me wanting to also have that vision and go towards it, you know?
Mhm.
But I'm leaning more towards what you're saying, really, because like you said, like the goals are definitely something super sneaky that the devil can use to kind of distract us away from God. And it does create those feelings. It does create like a little bit of that fear or disappointment because like, damn, I went another month without hitting 10K a month or whatever, you know? So I can start to see where you're coming from with that. So yeah,
Not crazy because society tells you about goals. You're told goals on YouTube. It's like,
dude,
goal
yeah, so much
Oh,
productivity,
goals, goals,
everything.
goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like at the end of the day, is like I said, it's frequency. What brought us together was not
Hmm.
a goal of we're going to meet
Hmm.
up in 2 weeks. It was frequency. It just
Hmm.
happened.
Dude, for
Like
real.
we didn't have to
Yeah.
think about it. It's not like, well, I'm going to see you in 2 years. It just we didn't think about it. We
Hmm.
both proved, and we just attracted each other.
Yeah.
It's not like we
100%.
had a goal of like, oh, I'm going to reconnect with Diego from 2 years ago. It's like
Yeah, exactly.
but it's just a frequency. It's hard to explain because you can't think about it. Like
Yeah.
always believed you can understand frequency and like conceptualize it, but
Hmm.
it's something that you just it's just like within. It's hard to explain,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's all just inner work. Like
Hmm.
the hardest thing for me was letting go of that concept of goals because it wasn't
Yeah.
something that it was something that was given to me because I was very lost in confusing goals for desires and
Hmm.
lust. I was needing something always, so like I
Hmm.
would go from needing to be rich and as fast as possible or
Right.
needing a relationship just for like the flesh to
Hmm.
then like moving using the energy to like set a goal. But like it's for me, it's all almost the same. Like the whole thing
Yeah.
is I was never aligned. I was never doing the things that actually built my frequency. And
Hmm.
I was never actually proud. Like I never saw myself as anybody capable. I was always chasing, I was always behind. I was
Right.
like goal, but I was never like there. So
Hmm.
but even from personal experience, every time I've thought of something, it's like it's almost like I push it more away.
Oh yeah.
But like it's not to like distract anybody from, obviously it's not, like, you have God and you have to just throw everything aside. It's almost like you have more confidence now because you have him as your teammate.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that like now it's a different game now. It's not a mental physical game. It's more of a
Hmm.
spiritual, faith game as opposed to fear where
Yeah.
you have to control because
Hmm.
yeah, at least for personal experience, the more I try to control is when I like the less I had God around, like I was always
Hmm.
setting goals and I have to chase, have this and that. And
Yeah.
I just never had that fulfillment, like I was like, if I
Hmm.
don't have, I'm nobody, or like I have this negative self-talk.
Yeah.
It's a battle that you don't see, but
Hmm.
like that's the coaching I do now with people is
Hmm.
like helping them remove the stories. That's the biggest thing I've seen with this. Like a lot of people carry around different stories like I did of who they
Hmm.
are, they believe they are. Not, a lot of unforgiveness, maybe resentment in their heart.
Hmm.
That doesn't, it keeps you from going up. It's all energy, like blocking the energy, right?
Right.
Um, so it's doing that work to like, release the things, let go and love is the one thing I believe as well.
Hmm.
Like for me, it was letting go of that goal of whatever it was, but I just had goals just for the sake of having goals.
Right.
It was like if someone has goals, I might as well have this kind of goal and this kind of goal.
It was
But
because you see someone else with goals as well, right?
yeah,
You would, yeah.
yeah. So you see it in society
And
and you're like, okay, I'm doing something wrong. See, people just
hmm.
follow just for the sake of, not being left behind.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day is like you have to be at peace. Like I believe God, whatever you have is because you're capable of enjoying that in peace. He's not going to
Hmm.
give you something that's gonna, like if let's say for material wise, we say, oh, I
Yeah.
put a Lamborghini in your life right now,
Hmm.
you believe you're gonna feel better from, let's say you believe, I don't know, that's one of your goals, let's say. You
Hmm.
believe you feel better from that Lamborghini, but it's like there's so many different variables that God understands that we don't
Oh
of
yeah.
like stress of having that car, the payments, if it
Yeah.
cra like all these thoughts now enter your mind
Hmm.
that you don't see, but you're just focusing on the feeling of having something that you don't have.
Right.
But the whole thing is building that within you. So it's like
Mm.
once you put your frequency and you feel good within, you attract things. It's crazy how
Hmm.
people respond to me now, like compared to before, where I was always in lack and needing like, oh, I
Hmm.
need this and that, and like people feel that it's
Dude,
hard,
yeah.
but yeah. So it's like when you're not in lack and you're grateful and you get another day and like you
Hmm.
just focus on the process and you're flowing, most importantly, because
Hmm.
I flow state is very much more spiritual. The flow state I understand compared to
Yeah.
like they say turning your brain off and just doing mundane things. It's
You're
things
right.
that give you energy. Like you're
Right.
flowing and you're like crazy. 2 hours went by and then like
Dude, yeah. That was me
energy
last
after.
night. Yeah.
Yeah. And you get energy. It's not like you do a
Yeah.
flow state, just like you basically have a brain rot for 2 hours.
Right.
It's like flow state and you're like crazy. I can
Well,
do
you know
two
what's
months.
a recipe for disaster is trying to get, now that we're all piecing this together, is having goals, being in flow state, trying to reach those goals. You know what I mean? Like those two combined right there, just you're putting all this effort into just getting into that zone, which of course, once you are in the zone, it's just like this time goes by, you just create the best pieces of, writing content, whatever, videos. And then, for those people who are on the path of just chasing their goals, and then they're just using that flow state almost for nothing. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it leads to a dead end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's people want a lot of different, like people live for feelings.
Yeah.
Like people live for a feeling that's like, oh,
Mhm.
if I have that much per month, oh, it's gonna be like freedom. But
Yeah.
like people are chasing that feeling of freedom,
Mm-hmm.
It's like they
Mm-hmm.
believe that car or that house or that relationship. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I don't have that yet, but when I have that, then I'm like free.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're
Mm-hmm.
free now. You
You're
can be
free
free
right
now.
now.
But the
Yeah.
stories that you're telling yourself are not keeping you free. So you have to let go of all this like thing of like, oh, I'm not free till I have money. And like I
Yeah.
feel more free now
Hmm.
than when I did when I was like 22, 23. It's crazy
Yeah.
because I let go of all these things attaching me to like,
Hmm.
lack and like competing, comparing, and like you have to have this by this
That's
age and like
big. Yeah.
numbers and statistics and like you're
Hmm.
just living this like story that, you don't realize is actually keeping you like
Hmm.
from being that person. Like you said, like that person
Hmm.
that has that money, you know, they don't see it as like something big, it's just like,
Hmm.
but we get this feeling of like $20,000 a month. It's crazy. But the
Yeah.
person who has it right now is like, that's normal for them. It's like the money you're
Yeah.
making now is like that's their 25, so it's
Right.
like
Right.
like for me, I firmly believe if you raise, your frequency, stuff like that, God is gonna bless you with things and like he's gonna give
100%.
you tests, right? Like he's gonna give you like the money you have now is
Hmm.
doesn't seem like a lot, but it's something you can
Hmm.
do. Like, he's going to give you things that he knows you can do something with, and it's going to fulfill your purpose. Like each month,
Right.
you're going to have just enough money for your purpose.
Hmm.
It's not going to be too much or too little. It's going to be just enough.
Hmm.
And then from there, he's going to keep giving you tests, and it's all just
Yeah.
understanding what the tests are, what the battles are, and being grateful for it. Like
Hmm.
not like it's like you're a victim, and it's like, oh, why me? It's like like I said, you're
Hmm.
gonna thank God
Hmm.
and just basically like for me it's like I see myself now as like God's soldier. That's what I see
Yeah.
myself. I see
Yeah.
myself as some title or like some title of like money. I know
Hmm.
it's the thing. I don't need it, but I know it's gonna come. That's like
Yeah.
my thing. Like I don't
Right.
need that. I'm like, oh, I need money like by next year.
Hmm.
It's like I
Like you
just
said,
enjoy
it's
it.
just
Yeah.
it's give you have in your life already just enough to fulfill the purpose. And yeah, even when you do get that next level, it's like you're still just gonna have enough for that purpose and you're gonna be free, totally detached from all those feelings. And yeah, that's what free means, right? Is being detached from all of that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
spiritual.
Yeah.
People, yeah, we're sold freedom is financial and like once you have, the investments and you're on the beach,
Hmm.
free, but like what those people that have 50 million in the bank and they kill themselves? Aren't
Yeah,
they
that's
supposed to
true.
be free? Aren't they supposed to
No.
be free to have all the Lambos and the cars? But they're not because it's spiritual. You
Hmm.
can't buy them. You can't,
Hmm.
it's which you just have it or you don't. So
Hmm.
like, but I mean, you can also work on it to the point where like you're releasing all those stories of I need this to be free, I need that to be free.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like one of the mentors told me as well is like the next level comes when you don't need it, when you're not focusing on the next level, like people are so focused on the next level, like, oh, what?
Hmm.
But it's like when you don't need the next level is when it comes. It just creeps in. You're like, oh wow,
Dude.
like,
Yeah.
you're like it's. I see it as like, a kid enjoying. Like you're just flowing. You're in spirit. You're
Yeah.
making the right choices, and then the kid's not focusing. He's not like they're like, oh, when's the next level? Like when's the
Yeah,
next?
literally, they're just there.
Just flowing. Like the kid's just
Yeah.
flowing. He's happy. He's grateful. He gets to go. Like everything is great for him. He goes to the park. He's
Yeah.
great. He goes to get ice cream. He's grateful. Like
Yeah.
he's not creating these stories of I need this by this day and like all this
No.
control and
Yeah.
like he's flowing. And that's who God is with.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's not, God's not the person with the stories and the control. He's with the person that's free, that has,
Hmm.
is free and like whatever God gives them is perfect.
Hmm.
And but like it's also not the wrong message. I want to give the right message of like you have to just give all your faith. I mean, like there's also the
Hmm.
element of God is going to give you the tools,
Hmm.
the decisions you have to make in faith as
Hmm.
well. But it's one thing that I'm seeing now is like worry is worshiping the devil. That's what I
Hmm.
believe. Anytime you worry, it's worshiping the devil because you're removing that element of faith.
Hmm.
Like you make this goal, it's like worrying that you're not going to have it. It's going to come to you. Like you
Hmm.
have to. It's the things that you're not seeing is the intention behind what you're doing. Like it's all the things underneath the
Hmm.
things that are external. But like for me, it's like I'd rather be in peace than have something that removes that alignment because
Hmm.
you're chasing a feeling, and once you get that, what if God's not there? You
Hmm.
know, what's the point of
Exactly.
having that money if
What?
He's not with you? Like,
There's no
what?
point. Right.
There's like, and like it's I've spoken to a lot of people as well that have money, a lot of money or whatever external thing, but like you
Hmm.
look with like where are you? Like
Hmm.
it's almost like it's like the world is just taking them, just taking their
What I
spirit
learned
away.
about that question you just asked right there, where are you, is it's one of the first questions in the Bible that God actually asks Adam after they ate the apple. It's like God asks Adam, "Where are you?" And he's kind of like shying away from it. But yeah, that's literally it right there. Where are you? Are you in, are you in your faith? Are you in your high frequency? If
Mhm.
not, you got some work to do. Or,
Yeah, because
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, because it's like, I always believe like you are what you have. Like, it's
Hmm.
like, oh, Daniel, oh, I'm the money I make or,
Hmm.
profession, but it's like, no, I'm Daniel. And it's like
Hmm.
you are the branch. And then, well, I guess you're like the trunk and it's the
The trunk.
branches, the
Hmm.
business, who you're with, your
Hmm.
passions. It's all just stems from you. But at the end of the day, it's like you have to
Hmm.
know what is the trunk.
The
It's not
trunk.
money, it's not car, it's not whatever it is. It's like
Hmm.
who is Daniel, right? So it's like the habits help you discover that, but it's also like you have to have that faith that like it's gonna that God is there.
Hmm.
And also it's a lot of inner work as well. Like I've removed a lot of stories before I had about myself, a lot of unforgiveness that's like set me more free as well. Like I
Hmm.
was holding on to so many different things against people or thought like the
Yeah.
world was against me, but it's like the world is just a mirror. It's not a window. So
Yeah.
like anything you're seeing in your reality is just a mirror of what you have internal. So if
Hmm.
you're maybe you don't like things around you, it's like there's something you're holding on to within you have to release,
Hmm.
or you're seeing maybe you're impatient. Like it's all just a mirror. So
Yeah. That makes
it's all
sense.
internal work, and then from there you just like you have the ability to set yourself free.
Oh
But
yeah.
like I said, it's like once you're free, you want to do the work that's going to get you to those goals. It's like
Right.
when you're setting a goal just for the goal, it's like you're doing things just for a result. You don't
Yeah.
feel like when you don't need it, you're just, well, I could do this without it.
Right.
Also, the
Yeah.
people that, the people we look up to, maybe the Elon Musk, like the Jeff Bezos,
Right.
they don't need billions of dollars. Like
No.
they would have stopped if they were doing it for $1 billion or, my net
Hmm.
worth. They did it because there was a purpose behind what they're doing. And as a
Yeah.
result, consequence, it all came. But like,
Oh, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, the consequence is, our purpose is the most important thing, and our consequence is going to be, the money, whatever we drive,
Hmm.
house, it's going to come. It's the
Hmm.
stronger calling. It's God is going to bless you. So, I mean,
100%.
to me, it's like having that faith. But like I said, it's not that I don't, have things I strive towards, but it's not like I have this focus of like written down goals. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
By in 6 months I need this, or 7 months I
Hmm.
need that. It's like I have in mind my desires and God knows them and I pray every day. I thank
Hmm.
God for like connect with him and
Hmm.
he knows what's in my heart, like I
Right.
feel like he doesn't let me down, but it's also I can't let him down.
Hmm.
So that's my whole thing
Yeah.
is like making sure I'm aligned, making sure I'm working with good intention, with love in my
Right.
heart. Like pray these things, like,
Yeah.
even those times where like you're in your head and like you have those bad days, I believe
Yeah.
they're purpose. You're just
Hmm.
having a battle with the devil you don't see, but it's
Hmm.
realizing that it's making you stronger. Those days where you're like
It's definitely
you have
making
a
you
good
stronger.
off, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you get more in touch with God. So it's like realizing that everything is perfect,
Hmm.
and it's just putting in the work. Like you just get more work when God's your teammate. Like I have so much more faith now. Just like
Oh yeah.
even
I can
fear,
feel it,
just
man. I can freaking feel it. It's coming through. I literally feel it in my heart. And I was gonna ask you with the coaching and people you're helping too right now. Like,
yeah.
is that kind of the main gig right now? Or yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I still have my main day job at the
Okay.
time. But I mean, I'm just trying to get my message out there that like,
Hmm.
I just want to like I said at the beginning of the year, I want to save people's souls
Yeah.
to the point where like I care so much about you that I can feel, I have this gift, I can feel somebody
Hmm.
where they're at as opposed to what they're telling me. Like
Okay.
if I get on a call with somebody, I can, they can say this and that, but like I feel where they're at, what they need to like move and drop in
Right.
order to set themselves free because
Yeah.
it's you know, like I
Well,
said,
I'll be
like
honest, just right now to just give you some, you clearing up that thing about the goals, like that was something I was really needing right now, honestly, because I had my whole, literally I changed, like I have this whole journal here and I was just writing down like based off a video I watched as well. It was like write all the things you want, da 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 da, read it every morning. And then, I was doing that along with my prayers and things, but it's just like I'm tying myself to that and I'm creating these emotions or these feelings like I need to have that by X date. And I've been doing that for a long time and it's just been like this thing that drags me a little bit. And
it's all energy,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
It's all energy. Yeah. Like you
Hmm.
have to like, yeah, when you're putting things that you like need and it just blocks your energy. Like,
Mm.
you have to just be able to flow and know what's gonna happen. Like those days where it's how do I explain it? Like when you're feeling good is when things get attracted to you. That's the best
Hmm.
way. Like when you're
Yeah.
feeling like when a goal is what a goal does, it makes you feel like you're in lack until something happens.
Hmm.
Wait, like you're like putting in the work where you're like, okay, until I see this, then I can't be like, but when you remove that element and just, not feel good externally with like vices and stuff like that, but like
Right.
feel good with what you're doing, your intention, how you're working,
Right.
your passion, stuff like that. When you start to feel good, your day to day, and you're
Hmm.
grateful, crazy, I don't need anything,
Hmm.
to see things pick up. You start to
Yeah.
attract things. Like you start doors open, like something
Yeah.
appears that like this person you have to meet or whatever. Like God
Hmm.
starts bringing things to you. But when you're like operating
Hmm.
in lack, like it feels like you're like pushing something always. Like you have to push and push.
Hmm.
It's like people feel the energy, like
Oh yeah.
that was my energy before. Like I always felt like I was in lack and like, I needed
Hmm.
this. Like now, brother, I feel like I'm free. It's crazy. But like,
Hmm.
I want people to feel this because like I
Hmm.
said, nothing external is going to give you that feeling you're like you believe that you're going to
Hmm.
have. Like you have to be free. And then as a result, you get that thing and you can experience it. Because
Yeah.
yeah, if you give me $1 million, let's say the next month,
Yeah.
but I can't be free enough to enjoy it, what's the point of having that money?
No.
For the feeling?
Right. No.
Like, oh, it felt good. Like you're gonna feel good for maybe a couple of weeks, but then it goes away, and
Yeah.
then what's
What?
left? Your frequency. Your frequency
Exactly.
is the underlying thing. The
Hmm.
frequency people understand is what, at the end of the day, once all the feelings go away, and people
Hmm.
that are chasing things or vices, like once those feelings go away, what you're left with is your frequency.
Hmm.
So it's like that. What improves the frequency is the good habits. Like
Hmm.
the time you wake up, how you take care of yourself, how you
Hmm.
speak to yourself, where you're praying. Like all those things
Right.
underlying the frequency as opposed to you chasing a feeling of like this, whatever it is.
Hmm.
But yeah, when you feel good it's that's like the secret. Like
Yeah.
when my
That's it
mentor told
right
me
there.
that, like when you don't need the next level is when it comes. That's like that,
That's
as
big.
simple as it sounds, that's like it changes things for you
Hmm.
because you're no longer in lack and you're no longer needed to control what's going to happen.
Brother, you
So
dropped this message like perfect timing. Like I said, it's just all really clicking hard. And dude, I'm honestly anybody who's already in your, who you're talking to, coaching, and who's going to be getting coached by you in the near future, like, dude, they're 100% super lucky, and they will be getting insane transformations from what you're doing. I can feel just the conviction and the passion really flowing through, dude. This wasn't happening when we were talking about agency and we were talking strategy, this and that, and all of that. So this is really cool to finally, just reconnect and see that this is where you've come. Like this is it right here. Yeah, it's awesome.
at the end of the day, I mean, like we're all vessels, like I believe, anyone I work with, it's not me doing it, it's God working through me.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah,
want to make, like I said, keep that vessel as open as possible with what I
right.
do. Even for yourself, brother, it's like at the end
Yeah.
of the day, God's gonna give you a channel, whatever you're passionate about, but at the end of the
Hmm.
day, He is working through you spiritually to give you that
Hmm.
gift. People, the channel, of course, is, you could say copy, but like the people that
Hmm.
have connect with your gift and have enough faith in you, it's
Hmm.
a spiritual gift they're receiving. It's not
Hmm.
physical, it's not the copywriting or how you write. They
Right.
feel something within you that keeps them coming back to you.
Hmm.
That's the thing at the end of the day. Because
Yeah.
yeah, like how many people, play sports, how many people have their channel, but like there's only so many people that
Hmm.
get to a place where they can flow and let things just work through them. That's the whole goal. It's like we're meant to be flowing like a
Hmm.
kid. We're not meant
Right.
to be like thinking and stopping the energy and like, oh, like, okay, I worked for 10 weeks or whatever. I worked for a week. Now where's the result? And like you just
Yeah.
head and try to control again and like just
Yeah.
flow, just
Just
flow.
flow.
And then it's like it's
It,
hard because
it
like I
that's
said,
like and even that right there, it's like never draining. If you're just always flowing and that's like you're aligned, there's never a point where you get that burnt out or anything like that. You just keep going.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
I get energy after this call like crazy. I already feel it. And
Yeah.
like yeah, it's yeah, it's just flow state. I mean, like,
That's awesome.
every time I've, like I said, it's I say this, I got this from somebody else, but like thinking literally is where the devil tries to creep in. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
for an example, I'm gonna give you as well. Like if you look at nature, that's why God is, incredibly smart and
Hmm.
he put all the answers in nature. If you look at an animal, do you see a chipmunk like, thinking? You see a chipmunk in your head, like,
I see
oh,
them every morning actually right here on the fence, and no,
yeah.
they're just
They're flowing. They're
crossing, they're
flowing.
just
They're just
going.
flowing. They know the answer that just comes in. Boom. They do this. Like, let me get my nuts. Like they're not like, oh, like my plan for this week is like this. And like, no, they're just flowing. They just know because they have a trust and faith in God. So like even in the Bible it puts, the birds don't have any worry when they're, what they're going to eat. And like, why should a human, the creation, the
Yeah.
creation of God, have any worry of what's he going to eat? So like all
Yeah.
these goals of like, oh, I need to have this money and like it's worry, it's
Hmm.
fear,
It's
fake. And
fear.
that's like when you're really with God, you have that faith that's going to come. Like no matter how it
Hmm.
comes, God doesn't work on days and weeks and
Hmm.
years and months. God's
No.
time is infinite. He
Yeah.
could put a year's worth of progress in 1 week in your life.
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
heard uh I heard someone else say this too, like our heavy work is his light work. It's It's nothing
Yeah,
to him, dude. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like we have this conception that it's going to come based on our understanding of time, but even the conception of time is fake. Because if you
Yeah.
understand flow state, how can 5 hours for one person feel like 2 minutes for me?
Hmm.
How is that real then? The concept of time. If
Hmm.
I'm doing something for 5 hours, but it feels like 20 minutes, and the person
Yeah.
beside me suffering for like 10 hours for those 5 hours.
Yeah.
How is the
Yeah.
concept of time even real? It's like we
Exactly.
all have this like we try to like compartmentalize all these things and like put them in boxes, but it's like
Yeah.
no, you have to just understand like when you're flowing is when you're living your purpose.
Hmm.
You don't have to think about it. You don't have to wake up and like, what's my purpose today? And like, where I'm going to
Yeah.
be in 2 years. It's like when you're flowing, you are living your purpose.
Hmm.
And like you feel that. So it's like, and
Brother,
then
dude,
that's when the answers come. That's when like when you're flowing, the wisdom comes. Like
oh yeah.
God's like, "Okay, do this, do that. And like you're just like, this is
Yeah.
not me." And it's like God living.
Yeah. Kind of
That's
working through you and yeah, and
you're a
using,
vessel. Yeah.
yeah, your vessel. Exactly. Dude, I mean, I would love to just see that play out, with you getting out there more, is there anything that, I mean, I'm willing to even provide something for you, like using the obviously what I do and just I don't know if you're kind of already in this mindset or like trying to build something. I feel like there may be something, we can kind of do together. Or at least slowly, right? Like over time. Because I was just thinking about this, like I know I was saying the other day, even on my story, like, copywriting and all this stuff is like what I really want to master. But at the end of the day, like just being the vessel, like you said, and getting people closer to that light, because you were in that dark, you were in the darkness, and there was dark in your heart, and it was showing in your eyes and things like that. But like I know I have family members who are in that, and like I love them, and I know countless people. I interact with people every day, and I know that there's darkness in their hearts, and they could be led to the light and just having just a little bit of light or the seed right once it gets planted like it's just game changer really it's freeing so all
Yeah.
that said again I don't know kind of what you're doing right now what you have in mind for how you bring more people into to
Yeah, I
talk to
mean, I'm
you.
trying to get my message out there, to be honest. Like, it's mostly just, flowing YouTube.
Hmm.
I'm obviously, yeah, open to any, people that I can work with as well. But
Hmm.
like, it's funny you said the thing about the people closest to you because I had that as well, like a few
Hmm.
days ago, I heard about it.
Yeah.
I used to have the problem too, but like the people around you are never going to see what you see.
Yeah.
You understand, but like,
Hmm.
even it could be your wife, it could
Oh,
be your
yeah it
parents.
is yeah I'm,
Like,
I'm gonna be honest.
like
Yeah.
like you see how much you can help them because you have a gift. I know you have a gift because God wouldn't make you if you didn't have a gift. He wouldn't
Hmm.
put you here out of all the variables possible, trillions, like
Dude.
all the fact that you're here right now living and like can blink and can see it. Like, you know how many variables? It's like
Yeah.
mega trillions of variables.
Yeah.
He wouldn't put you in this spot right now if you didn't have a gift to give the
Yeah,
world. He
and the
wouldn't
fact that too, just looking back at kind of more external things, you and I meeting through like some agency course thing, just that alone right there out of millions of people in the world. So yeah.
Yeah, but
Anyways,
like
back to what
he
you were
wouldn't give
saying.
you like he wouldn't give you that if you don't have a
Hmm.
gift. But the thing is, like even Jesus had the thing of like he performed all the miracles before he went back to his hometown, and
Hmm.
like it was Matthew 6 or something like that. He
Hmm.
goes back to his hometown and like he's preaching, he's the
Hmm.
Messiah, Jesus,
Right.
and he's saying, like you've heard the miracles and stuff like that. But people even then,
Hmm.
Jesus, the most
Hmm.
perfect human being in the world, could not believe in his gift. That oh yeah, he's like he was preaching, and they're like, aren't you like didn't we go to school with your sister? Like, isn't your
Yeah.
dad carpenter? Like,
Yeah.
it's Christ,
Yeah.
perfect human. So it's like
Yeah.
people fail to understand that everything is written in the Bible is for a reason. Like you
Hmm.
have to trust the Bible to the point where like, you're gonna read it and you're gonna understand and like you're gonna get obviously the food for your spirit because that's what it is. Every day you read the
Hmm.
Bible. Crazy. This is the Bible. Like I get to read this every day. It's like
Hmm.
nice. But
Yeah.
then you start seeing it play out in your life. And like,
Hmm.
as you get more in power and you find your gift, like you're starting to do, you're
Yeah.
gonna see the people you can help the most,
Hmm.
closest to you, are gonna see the gift. It's crazy. And it's
Yeah.
gonna hurt a bit. You're gonna be like, why can't you see it? But
Yeah.
it's perfect because it's already written in the Bible. Like
Yeah.
what's happened before is gonna happen now, and what's gonna happen now has already happened before.
Hmm.
It's all just patterns. It's like
Hmm.
nothing is new that you're gonna see in your life. It's already
Right.
written. So
Yeah.
it's like trusting that as well. But it's like yeah, for me, it's, I know I have a gift I can help people, but like
Hmm.
I need to get my message to people that have faith because, any
Yeah.
gift, my gift or your gift has to be received in faith. It
Yeah.
can't be received in control or fear, like, oh,
Mm.
like what's the result going to happen? And like, it
Right.
has,
Right. That's
right?
true.
So it's like anyone you
Hmm.
work with, anyone that trusts you to pay them, they have to have
Right.
faith in your work, right? It's not going to be like,
Mm.
well, yeah, I'll pay you, but like when am I going to get the results for like,
Right.
like, that's just fear, it's control. So
Right.
like you can work in peace, you give your gift, because your peace
Hmm.
comes when you're like your gift comes when you're in peace. It's not when you're
Hmm.
stressed, not when you have to meet a deadline, like you're just doing things like half-ass.
Hmm.
Gift comes when you're flowing and you're in peace.
Hmm.
Get your best like thoughts. That's when you're like crazy. This is not even me. This is God working through me.
Hmm.
You give your gift because you're in peace and you have faith. You know, if someone gives enough faith in you to give your
Hmm.
gift. So for me,
Yeah,
it's like give a message to the point where, I have faith, of course, that God's going to see, give me the right people, but it's
for
also
sure.
like feel like I need to always just grow more,
Right.
like everything gets attracted the more you grow, so
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like making sure I'm not missing, the non-negotiables for me, but
Hmm.
also making sure I'm setting myself more free, when I'm doing
Hmm.
my content, when I'm speaking, like it's almost
Hmm.
like my content, I'm doing it for like my younger self, but the world sees it. It's almost
Yeah.
like I'm speaking to like those mirrors like that you see in the interrogation room. So like,
Hmm.
I can't see outside, but everyone sees inside. It's like
Yeah.
I'm speaking and like people just see me. It's like
Yeah.
I'm speaking to myself,
That makes
but like
sense.
that's where I feel because if I'm doing it for resolve, I'm doing it to like, get, I don't know, 1 million views on my next reel.
Hmm.
It's control, it's fear. It's,
Control. Yeah.
you're
Makes
losing.
sense.
So
So
it's
it's
like,
just yeah, and honestly, because I have tapped into some of your YouTube videos, and I love it, dude. It's just right there in the moment, and it's you just feel the frequency. I think
yeah,
yeah, you just tap into it, and it hits better. It hits stronger than all those other highly edited. Like they're definitely going for virality. They're going for all these different things with the hooks and like they split test
yeah,
all these different variables. But yeah, you're 100% right. Like people are definitely the people already coming through with faith that, working on the process, like it's gonna get to all these other things instead of focusing on, oh, I will really want to get there. Here's what I got to do. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that
It
makes
will come
sense.
with time. I mean, like, I'm
Mm.
never gonna know when it's gonna happen, but like I
Yeah.
said, the more I'm setting myself free and the less I need it and I'm enjoying my
Hmm.
life in the
Yeah.
process, God, it's just gonna happen. Like
Hmm.
it's always happened that way, but we tend to forget. Like we have the
Hmm.
patterns of our life where God comes, like even
Hmm.
before we have that faith in Him and trust, like before we actually found God,
Yeah.
we've seen all these things that happened, but
Uh-huh.
like now that we found Him, it's like we tend to forget that He's always been there.
Yeah,
Like
that's
when
true.
you need something the most, it doesn't come, but when you forget about it, it comes. Think
Yeah.
about any conversation you want to have with somebody when you forget about that ex-girlfriend and you're like,
Yeah.
I didn't forget, and then she comes back. Or like you forget about that money you have to make that month and it just appears somehow. You're like, okay,
Yeah,
crazy.
that's true.
It all just comes like when you don't, but like we forget because we're sold, you need to
Yeah.
have goals and control and when is it going to happen? And every
Right.
conversation with anybody is going to be like,
Hmm.
oh yes, so what's happening now with business and like,
Mm.
how relate like it's all external. No one's
Dude,
asking
yeah.
like, how do you feel?
How are
Like
you? Yeah,
how do
where
you
are you?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Who is Diego? Like,
Hmm.
and your work, like, how do you feel? Like,
Dude, yeah.
how's your faith been? Like,
Yeah.
it's like all just external, like, what's
Yeah.
happening here. And then it's like, there's no connection with
Hmm.
people anymore. They lose that. It's like, so that's why even in the end of times, like the Bible is end of times because
Yeah.
people are just lost in all these external things, virality,
Hmm.
cars, money. Like, everyone's missing the point. They're seeing with the wrong eyes.
Yeah.
Eyes being is spiritual. It all comes from the source. So it's like,
Yeah.
you lock in with that and really put your faith in that. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not easy, of course, because you're walking one path and the rest of the world is walking this way. So
Hmm.
you're just, like crazy or like, what's this guy doing? Like, why does he have so
Hmm.
much? You're gonna seem like the crazy person
Hmm.
until the judgment day comes when everyone has to face.
Exactly, dude. And
Everyone's gonna face
that's the only day that matters. Yeah.
exactly like
Yeah.
you can't just live for this flesh. Like, of
Hmm.
course that matters. I'm not saying just be a monk and just,
Yeah.
out and be in a cave, but I'm saying like, you have to live knowing that this life is not it. It's not
That's
just
not
this.
it. Yeah.
Like this is like a time.
That's a hard thing even with my faith right now and kind of where I'm at. There's still those times where it's like I just die and then it's like okay. Like there's still
It's all rented, brother. Everything's rented.
yeah.
Right? Everything's
Yeah.
rented. The
Yeah.
money you have right now in your accounts,
Hmm.
your family, the body, you're like
Like nothing's yours.
whatever,
Yeah.
the clothes you have, like brother,
Hmm.
everything's rented for right now. Like God
Yeah.
gave you, what you need for your purpose, and then when it
Yeah.
happens, and your judgment day comes, whenever it is, because it's also written when God said Diego Guzman born this
Uh-huh.
day, his timer runs out
Yeah.
this day. Like
Yeah.
he knows. So it's
Yeah, he
like
knows.
he
Dude.
gives you everything
All
and
this
like
is changing a lot of perspective for me because it's like things I've heard, but it just hasn't connected. And I feel like right now there's a lot of connects happening. And it's, yeah, dude, you're doing an amazing job with where you've come so far, man.
appreciate
And
it.
yeah, dude, it's amazing. I
But
love it.
like it's you're in a good position because you're getting understanding. Like, you're
Yeah,
what, 25, 26,
23.
brother. Way ahead of a lot of people, brother. Like, yeah. There's 50-year-olds I can't even have a conversation. Like I can talk to a 50-year-old right now, they won't understand what I'm saying to you.
hmm
They'd be like, oh, but like, what about the money? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna, like they have no faith. The world doesn't have faith anymore. They're losing their faith to like
hmm
they see to believe as opposed to believing to see.
Yeah.
That's what Jesus teaches
I
us.
s-
Believe to see.
yeah, and
Like,
I see like you were saying earlier, just like my family members, like they get so worked up and it causes stress, it causes family problems, it causes it's a whole domino effect of negative things happening because there's no there's that focus on having this, needing this, chasing that feeling like you were saying before. It's always like I've seen those people, the ones that are coming to mind at least, like even my dad, like it's always chasing that thing, feeling, and then it just spirals from there because all these negative things spiral from that even onto myself and it's like uh, to have that unlock for people is huge like
yeah,
that I would love to do that work as well and I know like every day I go into the Bible and I pray for it too like I don't know exactly the methods that like this morning, full transparency, I went out and there's a river like down across the highway here. Ran across the highway down to the river and I was just praying there. I heard somewhere too in the Bible, Jesus went to the river to pray or something like that. And so
mm,
I just like, down to the river. And anyways, I was praying for like the methods. Like I don't know exactly how I'm going to communicate with people today, but like just give me the right approach in that moment, whatever it is, just like let it come out of me and hopefully it plants a seed of of your light, of your love. And I do pray for that. And I know that change when God is in somebody's heart is it's it, man. Like
yeah,
there's
brother.
not it's at the top of everything and it's not even something to be ranked, but it's just like that's it.
It's the
Yeah.
source. I
That's
mean,
this yeah.
like even if you look at self-help books, they all come from the Bible.
Yeah.
Any self-help book you read, Think and Grow
hmm
Rich, I don't know, Laws of Success, the
hmm
Bible. It's all the Bible. It's just
Yeah.
reworded. It's just
Yeah.
everyone's. It's like they just have their perspective of it and just put in their own words, but it's all the Bible. You don't need any other
hmm
book but the Bible. It's crazy.
Dude,
But I
yeah.
mean, like you said, it's constant work because if
hmm
I'm not sure if you've read Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill.
Oh, I have the other one, just Think and Grow Rich, but not that one. Yeah.
Outwitting the Devil is a good book you should read
hmm
if you're because it helps you understand how society actually works and how like
How the
the devil
devil
is
helps,
present.
yeah, yeah,
So many different things. So it's like
yeah.
you have to realize that like unfortunately, obviously, you have to have faith in humans and their spirit, but like in terms
hmm
of society and how it's not from God.
Dude, and
You
I
know?
tapped into, I don't know if it was a mistake doing this, but I went into an Alex Jones video talking
Yeah.
about how all these things are happening right now, like some kind of act that, the government's plotting and
It's an
just
agenda.
all
It's all agenda.
this, it's an agenda, right? And then it's just, the world is, what is it? It's ruled by the prince of the world, or what is it? The devil. So it's
Yeah.
like, so it just makes sense that there's so much fear. Even watching that, I started getting a little bit worried. I'm like, damn, like
It's
I
fear.
need I need to get more money because if this is happening, like that's like one thought I had. It's like, okay, I really got to get in my shit. And it just goes back to that, like there's so much fear that gets,
They program you with fear, brother. Like people
dude,
that
yeah.
choose like social media now, they're like they just want to imprint fear.
hmm
It's like when you really get locked in with this, because I know you're gonna, it's
hmm
gonna come where like you see the
hmm
world backwards. Like you're just
hmm
walking, everything's so backwards. But also it's
Yeah.
like everything, don't look at the message, look at the frequency behind the message.
hmm
Like people just look at the words, but like
hmm
how do you feel afterwards? Like
Yeah.
do you get energy or do you feel like shit worried?
Yeah.
Because it's like most things you see, most things are information, but they're like,
hmm
you know, if you look at the news information, if you look
hmm
at, it's information, like you need
hmm
wisdom.
hmm
Wisdom is the Bible. Like the wisdom
hmm
is what changes you. Like when you hear wisdom, you're like I read the Bible every morning, I'm like smiling like a kid.
Dude, yeah.
I just like I'm having dessert every morning. Like it's like crazy. Like I
Yeah.
get to for like I pay like what $40 for this book,
Yeah.
like every day of my life. Like this is crazy.
Exactly.
No one does this. Like I'm the only one
Yeah.
who does this every day. Like what are
Oh
you guys
my
doing?
God.
Like you guys are
Yeah.
reading like Think and Grow Rich. Like okay, like information, cool, but it comes from this book. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like
That's the source.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
wisdom, but you have to look for wisdom. That's one that I realized. Like most
Hmm.
people, like I said, talk superficial business, relationships, whatever it is, but like you need
Hmm.
wisdom. Like when you connect with somebody, like we're doing right now,
Hmm.
wisdom. Like we're just flowing. We're not interrupting and saying, okay, now
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about this on our
Yeah.
podcast. We're just flowing.
Exactly.
It's like you
Yeah.
just flow and let it happen. But everyone wants to control so much. It's
Oh my
crazy.
God. Yeah.
Fear and control and like when's this going to happen, and then by the time it happens you just have so much more stories you added onto it, and you can't even like what's the
Yeah.
point of having this thing under control if you don't even enjoy it when you have it? Like for me
Hmm.
it's like, goal is I want to be like a kid whenever that vision. I know it's going to happen, but that vision I
Hmm.
want to be like a kid. Like
Hmm.
that's what keeps you young, like those people that are 85 but they have the spirit of like a 10-year-old. It's like
Yeah.
that's what you need. That's secured all like disease, all
Yeah.
worries, like
Yeah.
everything's spiritual, brother. Cancer, whatever you want to name it, everything is
Hmm.
spiritual. It's crazy.
Hmm.
So you have to just really tap in and like,
Dude,
you know, let that
I'm about to bounce up and down right now. Like I really do feel it. It's crazy. And like
brother, everything is
I don't know even why like straight up, dude. I'm even gonna get like a tear. Like holy crap.
brother.
Like holy
I'm telling
shit.
you, brother. You gotta, yeah, it's all spiritual, brother. And
Whew.
like, that's one thing as well is like
Powerful, bro. Oh
when you
my God.
walk this path, you start to get emotional
Yeah.
because you're removing the flesh. Like
Mm.
you're removing those things that told you to control this, or this is not you, or like why are you feeling that way? Like
Hmm.
I used to hide so much emotion before, and like even if you see my pictures, I'm not like not smiling. I'm just like this like tough guy, like with
Hmm.
pearls,
Hmm.
like ego.
Hmm.
The devil, it's just a story. Like why can't I
Yeah.
smile? It's like
Yeah.
when you're in your ego, the devil tells you it's cool to look like you don't
Yeah.
try and you have the money behind you, and when you're like
Effortless woman, effortless money, effortless
yeah, so
lifestyle.
you're the guy. It's like you're lost. Like you're with the
Yeah.
devil. So what's the point? Like,
Yeah.
so it's like when you start to like you really feel his presence, you start to like
Hmm.
shedding skin over and over every day. It's like you
Hmm.
just like renew. It's like it's
Hmm.
crazy to explain it, but like you just shed and sometimes you just cry. You need to just cry and like it's perfect. And
Hmm.
it's almost like it's not like you're going crazy, but you just realize that like you were living backwards.
Hmm.
Like you're actually
Yeah,
living back.
totally backwards. What I was thinking about right now was I don't tell me if you got a bounce too.
No,
Um,
I probably have like another 20 minutes, something
okay.
like that. Yeah.
Um, Going back to how I got started with the business, because I feel like for me, it the whole self-development started right after I found out I was going to be a dad. And I
Yeah.
got launched into, okay, I need to create an income that is going to be able to, I can provide for my family and all that. So I got into, for example, like Iman Gadzhi. And, he does sell the lifestyle hard. His videos, you just imagine that. So I feel like I'm feeling it just release out of me right now because I've been holding on to that, like to those little things. And over time, I think I've been able to let go of that. I've even told my wife, like, yeah, like I don't really feel like I want those things. I really don't. Like I just want my like I just want you guys, and I want to like I created the vision board. My vision board has just me. It's a picture of Christ and holding a children's hand, and it's just
Yeah.
like walking in the wilderness. And so like those are the things I really care about. And I'm gonna kind of think about when I look at that vision board a little bit differently based on what you're telling me here, because I do see that as how I can get lost in what the devil's trying to, in a path that the devil wants to take me on. But yeah, man, I think I've been holding on to those visions that, they may have good intentions, like those creators, because they do want to help you, like, like, let's say make more money and all these things, but I've been kind of letting go of that. I've been letting go of wanting those desires, and through connecting through, just reading the Bible, I've been really feeling like I don't need anything. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You're in a good
Yeah.
spot. That's a
Yeah.
good spot. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
dude.
have
It's
because your spirit's finally awake. You
hmm
don't like, for me as well, I was like it's called hijacking people's goals.
hmm
Like see someone's life and you're like, I need, but you don't even know why. the biggest thing that was like the revelation 2 years ago was Tate when he came out and he said like, oh, I got rich this fast, and like he, not that he
Hmm.
poisoned, but like he sold this thing that like it's possible to get rich in 2 years.
Yeah.
So he, all these young men looked up to him and like, oh, I need the supercar now, but they don't know
Hmm.
why they're doing it. They have
Right.
no, there's no like, oh, I just, and he's very good at selling the
Hmm.
lack and selling you need money, but people are
Hmm.
just chasing money. And I went to his mentorship, and the
I
people
think I
just,
remember that you
yeah,
dropped me
brother,
a voice. Yeah.
it's crazy. Like it's like they want to be taped, but they don't know why. And like ask them who they are. They're like, oh, we're getting money, but like they don't like everyone's just like chasing this like thing. It's
Yeah.
like no one's actually done the work to like understand. Okay, do I want it? Do I even want a car? Like it's okay not to
Yeah.
want it. Like
Yeah.
to have a Lamborghini if you make $1 million. Like
Right.
you could have a nice house. You can, I don't
Yeah.
know, have a farm. Like you don't have to
Hmm.
have someone else's life. So it's
Hmm.
like understanding that, like you are your own person,
Hmm.
and you're gonna have things that call you and things that don't. But like
Hmm.
don't, like you said, society makes us hijack people, and like you see people with external things. You're like, okay,
Hmm.
like this guy's selling well, so let me like hijack his life and have his
Hmm.
life. Like you said, but when you have God, He
Hmm.
gives you thing, but also, you know, it's not that like I don't want to give the wrong idea that like we're not trying here. Like we're just gonna like, just relax and just,
Hmm.
be on a beach. But
Right.
it's like we understand now it's more clear than ever what we actually need, which is God. There's
Hmm.
no point in having anything external, how no, how nice it is or how shiny it is if God isn't
Hmm.
there. God is,
Right.
like I said, he's the one that's giving you the sailboat and steering, like
Yeah. I like
giving you,
that.
he's like the shield, like he's basically like you can walk anywhere. Like for me, brother, I'm going to Brazil 2 weeks.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
can walk favelas and just be like this. Brother, I have so much like I
Yeah.
know I'm not gonna do that because it's stupid. I'm saying like
Yeah.
I just
That's
have faith
crazy.
that like like my times I don't have to control when I'm gonna when it's like when my time is gonna be, or like I have to be like safe and like
Yeah.
obviously we're cautious. I'm not saying I'm just like an idiot that just walks around into dangerous places, but I'm saying
For
like
sure.
have my faith in me that like
Yeah.
God has everything written as long as I align
Hmm.
myself. Enjoying that and knowing that you have peace at the end of the day is like because brother,
Hmm.
peace is like it's cliche, but peace is everything.
Yeah.
Like it's everything. It's crazy. Like
Let me ask you this too, because I know even when we feel, I think there's what book is it in the Bible? The book of Job.
Job, yeah.
He Job, or Job, yeah, Job. He was a very righteous man, right? And and then the devil, or sorry, the God and the devil had like this little interaction, and basically like God let the devil come in and do all these really bad things, horrible things to Job. You know, knowing that in our minds as well, I guess like I having this feeling and having this faith and just and kind of walking in this way where we know God is the source and the power, and that's all we really need to focus on at the end of the day, not all these external things. How do we, and maybe you have a take on this. I'm kind of just like this came into my mind. Like he was righteous. He was always, following the commandments. I think that's what it said. And then still all these things came to him. And maybe I just need to really dive into that book again and see what the lesson was or what the big takeaway for that was. But things could still happen, negative things could still happen in our lives. I'm not trying to put that out there or anything like that, anything weird like that. Just being always in alignment with God, and regardless if things happen, like that's the goal, right? Like that's what we're trying to do here. I don't know what you have on that, but I just remembered the book of Job.
yeah, like I said, thinking is a devil, but it starts with stories. So like,
Hmm.
something happens to you, let's say 10 people, their house burns down.
Hmm.
Different people are gonna have 10 different stories that lead them 10 different directions.
Hmm.
So like, the story you make, anything that happens to you, whether you see as negative or positive, is a chance for either you to have faith and let it go and know
Hmm.
it's part of the plan,
Hmm.
or start to think about it and create a story of what happened. So
Yeah.
be, I don't know, obviously there's crazy scenarios of like people just having crazy things happen to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, it's at the end of the day, it's like God's going to give the biggest, situations or battles to the people that he believes in the most. So like if
Hmm.
something bad happens, it's actually perfect because it's
Hmm.
actually a bigger calling than you think.
Okay.
But also it's like not creating a story around what happened. So like for
Hmm.
me, when I put this on YouTube, I had my breakup, I had this like anger towards this person
Hmm.
for so many years and create this story of like, okay, I'm gonna go chase women for 7 years, for 4 years now, and she's gonna see, and like you carry
Hmm.
this story with you that's so fake. When you
Hmm.
actually let it go and speak it into the world, you realize it's
Hmm.
just the devil using you with a
Hmm.
story that was giving me a feeling that if I prove her wrong, she's gonna see, and like it's just that's why I say like the feelings that
Hmm.
people use are so fake. It's not even like,
Hmm.
we put this scenario in our head, like if this happens, the feeling that whenever like you try to control all these things that are it's not even real.
Hmm.
And like I said, that's why flowing is so important because if that happens, whatever happens, maybe, who knows what God has in store for your
Hmm.
life, only He knows.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
gonna grow you. But
Hmm.
like the I made a story about this. I'm not sure if you watch Passions of Christ. Have you watched
Mm-mm.
it?
No.
You watched
The
Passions of Christ?
movie?
Yeah.
No, I haven't yet.
Oh, you have to watch Passions of Christ.
Okay,
It's
I'll put that in that. Yeah.
but there's
Passions
there's
of
a
Christ.
scene essentially it's like the crucifixion of Jesus.
Okay.
Um and there's a scene where like he's getting nailed to the cross
Hmm.
and the guy like it's like a cinematic scene like it's like the nail and like it's slow motion the nail's going and
Yeah.
he it's a nail
Right.
and like you know in every instance there anybody that's getting harmed to them would
Yeah.
respond with ego saying they would create a story towards that
Hmm.
person. Let's say someone just came right now and just punched you in the face.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, you
It's like,
created ego response like you get a feeling of like I want to like
mm,
Jesus because he's perfect.
hmm.
Instead of that, he prayed for the person nailing the thing to, how crazy that is to pray? But what that does
Yeah.
is it releases any story that's going to happen because
Hmm.
forgiveness is like the kryptonite towards like like vengeance or like
Hmm.
this like anger or hate. So
Hmm.
if you love like if you forgive somebody in love, if
Hmm.
something happens to you in your life, you forgive that situation
Hmm.
holding on to it and like I had to control, I could have done this and like why did it
Yeah.
happen? And like all this like
Yeah.
all the things that just come in, you
Uh-huh.
just forgive it. You know it's perfect because you have God.
Hmm.
So it's like, the faster you can forgive in your life, the
Hmm.
faster things like you just it's almost like God gives us tests so he can test our
Yeah.
faith and our forgiveness.
Yeah.
Because like I believe in the day is like we have to operate in love. That's
Right.
that day is like we're not here to like be transactional and like I give you
Hmm.
this, you give me money, and like I give you this and you give me that. Like everyone's
Hmm.
transactional. Like you're able to give in love, meaning I can give you something and don't need anything back.
Hmm.
That's what you never had an agenda of like, okay, I'm gonna preach here, but like after you guys are gonna give me $10,000
Hmm.
and you just did things out of love. So it's
Right.
like for us, it's like that's why the whole thing of like you have to have faith, but also not
Hmm.
create a story because the story is what's actually going to hurt you more than the situation. The
Hmm.
situation is neutral.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not saying that like someone this is like crazy scenarios of like rape and stuff
like
like that
getting hurt.
happen.
Or,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Even
yeah,
that.
like
Yeah.
like there's crazy scenarios. Of course, like I'm not
Hmm.
saying like the world is just like minimal situations,
Right.
but I'm saying that happens to 10 different people. But like the
Yeah.
person that forgives the fastest
Hmm.
has learned the lesson.
Hmm.
It's almost like God's gonna test whether you're gonna respond to this in love or hate. So
Yeah.
Job, what he did, like the devil basically removed everything he built, and
Right.
he instead of responding in like, "Oh Jesus, you did this to me," and like I had faith in you, God, he said,
Yeah.
"Okay, perfect. I love you even more." Like it's like he
Yeah.
took it as like he understood the battle, but it's like I said,
Hmm.
everything's a spiritual battle. Like everything's gonna happen in your life is
Hmm.
God, especially now that you see Him and have a
Hmm.
relationship with Him, gonna like test you because
Hmm.
it's like you have a calling and you found him. So it's
Hmm.
like he's gonna see, okay, like are you really with me?
Hmm.
Like it's like so easy to go to like the society. Like I said, it's so easy to
Hmm.
just go outside and get lost
Yeah.
in life or get lost in chasing money and get lost in this and that and that.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to stay aligned, brother. Like it's
Hmm.
like everything society wants you to just like, you're gonna see half naked girls on Instagram and like, oh, like free
Hmm.
sex, porn, like all these different
Yeah.
things, the devil presenting themselves to you. But
Yeah.
the heart needs to stay aligned and just look up to God and say, I have everything I need.
Yeah.
So He's going to give you more situations because you're strong enough to do it. So, like for me, of course, I've never had a super crazy situation,
Yeah.
but I know when it happens because I know now that I'm aligning myself more with Him. It's going to
Yeah.
be perfect. And it's going to be at the time where I can handle it. I'm not going to just, He's not going to throw something on me where it's just like destroys my whole life and like,
Yeah. I
it's
read
perfect.
some, yeah, I
Yeah.
read somewhere the other day it was, I think Corinthians or like something he will never kind of put something on you that you don't have the strength to endure it. Something like
Exactly.
that. Yeah. Dude, yeah, that's okay. Oh my God. Again, so many different, you just hit all of those really well, man. Thank you. And really, this
Oh,
is
no
God
problem.
flowing through
Yeah.
you for sure right now.
Appreciate it,
And
brother.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
But yeah, I mean,
Beautiful.
like, brother, you're in a good place because, yeah, God, like I said, the variables that we don't see and science tries to like identify is like you can't identify like the variables of us being here, of you
Hmm.
being you having a family, your wife
Hmm.
wakes up, and she's in good health, your family, like there's so
Hmm.
many crazy variables
Hmm.
for everything to be almost the same as yesterday. That's like it's
Hmm.
crazy. So it's
Yeah.
like that alone is already like God itself. But
Hmm.
then it's like the situation is going to give us, he already knows all the variables
Hmm.
before they happen. It's like not like you have to like think about the variables for him and like, oh, if it happens sooner than this, and like, no, God knows. Like his timing is perfect. He's never going to
Yeah.
come too early or too late. It's going to be like boom, right when you need it. And you
Hmm.
look back, you're like crazy. I needed that in my life. But in
Hmm.
that situation, of course, it's very easy for your ego to respond with feelings, with a story, and
Yeah.
saying, could have been this, and I was on my way to getting this, and like you did this. Like you can
Hmm.
create all these stories of what ifs and why and how.
Hmm.
But the whole thing is that story is going to kill you more than the situation because the situation is
100%.
perfect. If you really
Yeah.
trust in God, it's perfect.
The
It's literally
situation is
perfect.
perfect always. Yeah.
That's why I say, like, my favorite thing to say is
Yeah.
everything is. Of course, you can't say that when you're making bad decisions and like like in a club and like you're just like, oh, everything is perfect because
Right.
like to live with God and obey God. But
Yeah.
I'm saying if you're doing the right things, everything is
Hmm.
perfect
Yeah.
because you're aligning yourself with God. And then from
That's exactly my question was there. Yeah. Yeah.
because if you're doing
Earlier.
the right,
Yeah.
yeah, if you're making the right choices, and of
Hmm.
course, I believe your conscience is God. So that's why I'm saying when you're
Hmm.
flowing and you're getting that wisdom, it's going to come through your conscience. That's how God
Hmm.
works. If you pray for something, let's say he works through the conscience of other people. So, he's going to present something to you like, let's say you need a business opportunity, for instance. He's going to tell this guy you don't know through his
Hmm.
conscience to walk this way instead of this way one day,
Hmm.
or do this. And like, he just works through the conscience,
Hmm.
like you're going to have, the frequency of like, regret, shame. That's what people have. Like they live
Yeah.
in low frequency. Like they
That's the
try to
lowest, right? Yeah. That's at the bottom.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why people like they need a feeling because their frequency is literally here because they're just like they're not proud of themselves. They don't have habits that grow them, so they're just escaping with like drugs, alcohol,
Hmm.
party. I need to escape my jobs. I hate it, and like they're just
Hmm.
escaping. So, when you're living that way, I thought I was going crazy.
Yeah, sorry, let me just tap in here, but if maybe you'll come back. Something I learned about marketing too is just like a deep dive on frequencies. It was people in that lower state of frequencies. Those are the ones who get super, it's super easy to sell them like the fast hack,
Yeah,
the quick result. Like do
yeah,
this and it's like instant results. Like the weight loss niche that they're kind of sometimes in that lower frequency with shame, all those very low frequencies or emotions. That's why it's so easy for them to tap into and want to buy like the pill, the Ozempic, the fast, everything that gives you things fast
yeah.
or
It's a
the
fake.
easy way. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I thought I was going with this. This is what that's not even me. See,
Yeah.
but the conscience. Yeah, so
Conscious. Yeah.
yeah, conscience is essentially God
God.
works on for you. But like, oh, that's what I was gonna say. So your conscience is always gonna be stronger than any feeling you're gonna have. So,
Hmm.
how I found how God guided me to him was like one day I was in a club and I was chasing this high of being in a club, drugs, whatever,
Hmm.
whatever. But that feeling had nothing compared to my conscience after I left the club. And like I just had this like shame and guilt that was like,
Hmm.
I'm not sure if you ever had this where you just want to escape like your own body. It's like
Hmm.
crazy. I
Hmm.
don't wish this upon anybody, but it's like I had this
Yeah.
like what did I do? Like it's
Hmm.
crazy. But that's your conscience. That's
Yeah.
not even your frequency anymore. It's just your conscience. That's just like saying that like you're going to like your conscience is gonna give you regret to tell you you're going the wrong way. But
Yeah.
people don't listen to that. They're like, oh, but like it was kind of fun, and they listen to the feelings and they keep going the wrong way. But your
Yeah.
conscience is God trying to speak to you. So
Yeah.
it's like anytime you have, you're aligning yourself, which you are, I see you are,
Hmm.
you have to trust your conscience more because that's
Hmm.
that's the only way God can speak to you. He's not going to say like he's not going to move your leg for you and you're
Hmm.
say do this now,
Yeah.
do this. He's not going to give you a story as to why because that's the
Yeah.
difference between stories and conscience. So conscience is a command. Like you're
Hmm.
walking, okay, go right. You don't
Is
understand why.
this similar to like your intuition, like trusting your
Yeah,
intuition, as they
that's
say?
what it is.
Okay.
They give a scientific name, intuition, but it's your conscience. Your conscience
Conscious.
is
Yeah.
going to tell you like, okay, do this, or like, or like buy this course, or like
Hmm.
you don't understand why it's happening. You're like, well, why am I doing it? It doesn't even make sense sometimes. You're like, why?
Yeah.
It's like you could be in debt. He's going to say like, okay, just go buy this. You're
Yeah.
like, what? Like he said, he sees things like you don't see. Like
Yeah.
he's way up here.
That
You're just
I'm looking back at exactly what you're saying because you brought up the courses thing and just kind of how things have plotted out over the past 2 years. It's exactly the case because I've been in the case in this situation where I'm like, these are my last $1,000. Boom.
yeah,
I'm purchasing this and it's just like it's worked out.
exactly.
It's yeah. So
Yeah. But it's like
conscious.
at the end of the day is like when you align yourself more. That's why I removed all my vices and stuff like that because like now I'm clear. Like
Hmm.
people. The best thing you can do. to get line yourself with God is like make your conscience clear, meaning like
Clear.
have
Hmm.
things you're ashamed of doing. Like you don't go to a club on the weekend and then go to church on Sunday and
Hmm.
like try to find your conscience. It's like you align yourself with it to the point where like you know the difference.
Hmm.
You don't believe it's a feeling. People believe their conscience is a feeling of like, oh, go this way because it feels good.
Hmm.
Like, oh, go to the Bahamas and no, it's like your conscience is gonna say like, do this. And it's not gonna be a feeling. It's gonna be like, just do it.
Yeah,
Like
and it may be uncomfortable, like you're saying. It's not a feeling. It may be uncomfortable to go do that
exactly. It's
thing,
not like do
but
this because it's gonna feel good. It's like that's the devil, of course. The devil's gonna
yeah.
sell you feelings always. He's gonna sell you a story as to
Uh-huh.
why you need something and then a feeling behind it. So that's why
Mm.
the thing of goals, like, oh, the 10,000, brother. When I made the money, I thought would make me. I was like, I looked at my thing. I was like, okay, crazy. That's
Yeah.
all it was. I
Yeah.
had this whole thing of $20,000 per month and like,
Yeah.
oh, remote working and like,
Yeah.
I looked at it, crazy. Nothing happened. Nothing changed. So it's
Hmm.
like this feeling this the devil sells you is so crazy. It's like, but he wants to disalign you. So I'm saying he wants to
Yeah.
disalign you with desire to like money or a car. But I'm saying it's not saying things are going to come to you as a
Right.
consequence of your purpose. Like
Right.
the things that you want are a consequence of your purpose. It's not going to
Hmm.
just you're not going to chase consequences. You have to just live your purpose.
Hmm.
As a consequence, you get the things.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's understanding that like the feelings are going to trick you. The devil's
Hmm.
smart. He's not going to do something that's like easy to detect. He's
Right.
going to lock himself in feelings and things that like you believe
Hmm.
are real, that are very close to what God actually is, which is your conscience.
Yeah.
So you believe you're following your conscience, but you're just chasing feelings. And before you know
Hmm.
it, you're just like, where am I?
Yeah.
But when you're your conscience, you have like you're just clear, like you're just crystal clear. Okay, boom. You don't
Hmm.
understand why you're just following. Boom, boom, boom. And
Yeah,
it's
something
faith.
I learned last year too, like kind of later or after reading the Bible was I heard it said somewhere about how the devil even acts as Christ sometimes, and he can definitely do that. He has that power to do that. He's very smart, you're saying.
Yeah,
So
he
it's
he used
yeah,
to be an angel. Yeah, he was
right.
yeah, Lucifer. So I mean,
Lucifer. Yeah.
it's yeah, the devil is very smart, brother. Like it's people think
Yeah.
it's like outsmart the devil. No, he outsmarts a lot of people. But it's like
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying. The only battle, there's no you versus you. It's not like this whole
Hmm.
thing they tell you of like it's you against future you, and no, it's you
Hmm.
against
Yeah.
that's the only
That's
battle there
it.
is. Every day
That
is a
makes
reset.
sense.
Every day he comes. It's not like you have a good day. Yeah,
That's true.
yesterday you're connected, and he's gonna leave you alone the next day. No, he's gonna come harder the next day,
Yeah,
and the next day, and the
for
next day, and the
sure.
next. He's gonna just be there, like like
Yeah.
yep. No, it's you against him. That's why all these distractions of like, oh, I have to beat my competition, and like this
Yeah.
guy, he's like, no, brother, it's the
Hmm.
devil is your competition.
That's
That's all
it. That's all. Yeah.
it's literally all there is. So like once you realize it's a spiritual battle every day,
Yeah.
you reset and you just put your gloves on and you fight
Yeah.
him. It's not like mental, like, oh,
Yeah.
habits that are going to get me ahead. And like the habits are
Yeah.
important, of course, you have to align yourself, but like at the end of the day, it's a spiritual battle. So it's
Yeah.
like
I
that's what
imagine right now when you said put your gloves on, I imagined like just like cartoonish white gloves that are glowing and it's like they were just blessed by the Bible, some
yeah,
kind of holy water and they're just like,
sure, yeah.
let's go. Boom, boom.
Because like that's the best battle you can win. Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's like when your day comes, God's gonna like you're gonna meet Jesus.
Hmm.
Especially I know you're like you have a gift and you're chosen for this to live this path.
Hmm.
Is like you're gonna say like, okay, Diego, like what'd you do? Like you're gonna have
Hmm.
like a meeting with Jesus, and like
Hmm.
that's gonna it's gonna be more important than like any feeling you try to chase with vices or
Hmm.
women or like money. It's gonna be like what did you do?
Hmm.
And it's like not that I have this like fear towards that, but like I fear more letting God down. Like that's
Hmm.
like giving me this like peace and this like internal abundance that
Hmm.
I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to miss a wake up time. I don't want to miss a
Hmm.
macro. I don't want to miss anything because it's like
Right.
I know it's like what's keeping me aligned towards what He wants from me.
Hmm.
So I know it's also faith, but like I said, it's like
Hmm.
every second matters. Like the devil could
Yeah.
come in after this call. We could just come in and just swoop in
Dr
something, and he
drop
knows
you
the
drop
weaknesses.
you an ad for some kind of
Yeah, he
yeah,
knows your
yeah.
weaknesses. He knows the stories that he has within you because everyone has stories. He's gonna say,
Mm.
"Oh, this thing that happened before," or like he's gonna taunt you with like what you want in the future. He knows he's very
Hmm.
smart, so it's like he knows where he can go in, but it's like realizing that
Hmm.
like it's all spiritual. So you have to
Hmm.
just have faith. And like my
Yeah.
favorite quote now is like worrying is worshiping the devil.
Yeah.
So every
Yeah.
time I worry, it's fear, it's control. Like you're
Hmm.
worrying about something that you believe is not going to happen. But when you're aligned, like I said, when you're frequency and you're just flowing and you
Yeah.
enjoy your life and you're grateful and you don't
Hmm.
need, 10 years from now, like 5 year, what's a 5 year goal? I just need 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I don't have this 5 year vision. And like in 10 years, if I'm not a billionaire, then I've failed. Like, no,
Hmm.
like who says you even get 5 weeks? Like this is so crazy. Like people have this like entitlement that they get 20 years. Like
Yeah.
yeah, like you have to just you get today and focus on
Just
today. That's it. Like
in flow. Yeah.
you get today and flow. Like that's it. Like, there's no 5 years, there's no 10 years. It's like
Yeah.
you're
5 year
right
goal,
now.
10-year goal. Where do you
Yeah,
see yourself in
fake.
10
It's
years from
so
now?
fake.
Like,
Like
ah,
10 years, like you can't even see 10 minutes ahead of your
I
life.
don't know.
Like what like it's so crazy. Like 10 minutes you get hit by a car. Like, where's your 10-year plan? Like where'd it
Yeah.
go? It lives
And
in
even
your
when
head.
they ask you that, it's like, you know, where do you see yourself in 10 years? It's like, dude, now I'm worried that I don't know what I want in 10 years.
Brother, it's just
You
people want to
know?
sell you their fear. Like they want to like control everything. It's like
Yeah.
they just flow, brother. And like, when you look at people that have those things they always wanted and they're in
Hmm.
control, they always look at the people that are in like spirit and don't need anything. And they're like,
Hmm.
why is he like that? Why is he so happy with much less than I have? And
Hmm.
I have all this thing I worked so hard for and I still want more.
Mm. Yeah.
Because it's all spiritual. It's literally all spiritual.
That was spiritual.
Like you have to
Yeah.
understand, like when you have your spirit, you have everything.
Hmm.
When you have your spirit, you feel like you have nothing. When didn't have my spirit, I didn't know how I was. I felt like I had nothing. I was
Hmm.
like, okay, I need the money now. I need the girls. I need the this, that. I never felt like I had enough. But when I
Yeah.
have God, I can wake up and I just need the day. That's
That's
all I
it.
need. I just need to wake up. It's
Yeah.
crazy how fast you can like your life can turn around, brother.
Dude, that's
Like
amazing.
I just need the day. Yeah.
I mean, even just your journey, he took you to those points of, like the clubs, the lust, all of that stuff for you to have this, this wake up call and this,
Yeah.
all of that. So that was his work as well. That's the
Hmm.
way I see it too. Like he was always working towards this right here, which is beautiful, dude. It's amazing. Yeah,
Thank you,
and I
brother.
really feel empowered right now, just, through your vessel, bro. Like I really felt that. And and even just excited to just now be able to bring that into my family. Like I mean, my wife's here, but I need to go pick up the kids.
Yeah,
And then just
brother.
having that, dude, like, yeah, dude, we need to do these talks more often. And yeah, I was even thinking, dude, like if you, something, because I'm just looking at this as like an opportunity to really flow freely and provide this wisdom, out of pure love to anybody who may need it. Like setting up some kind of like, this is just an idea that I had right now, like a weekly live call, like a weekly Zoom call. We just dive in here. You just have some kind of thing that you want to riff on, and dude, you just get into that vessel mode. You just flow. And brother, I'm telling you, because I just had a like huge unlocks right now with this encounter and doing this, weekly or something daily, even like with the tools available right now, right? Like Instagram Live or something. I don't know. There's that allows you to stay with that allows you to continue attracting those people who are already in with that faith and just coming to you because you have this powerful message. That's just, I don't know, something to think about for the
Yeah.
for the year, you know?
I have to
Yeah.
see. Because yeah, I mean, like for me, it's definitely like yeah, just
Hmm.
flowing wherever I can, but also
Yeah.
it's it's like it's just building the message, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, weekly. I'm not sure if it'd be possible to be honest. I have a lot of stuff. Like for me, my whole thing is like I'm just trying to
Hmm.
not think possible. Like that's my thing. I don't want to control anything. I know it's gonna come,
Yeah.
but it's like I said, I allow myself to be a vessel, but
Hmm.
also it's like, I do want to help people more on one-on-one. But I
Hmm.
mean, like, I do love your message as well. And like, and I
Hmm.
saw you on a podcast with somebody, I think, or like you recorded a
Hmm.
call.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we're gonna be in contact,
Oh yeah,
and
dude. 100%.
I want to see, yeah, what happens because I mean, like, each person's growth is different.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be good to see how much more you connect and like you
Hmm.
find, like you start to release because, like I said, this journey is spiritual, but it's also you start to like release all these things that you once had, and like that's what I
Hmm.
help a lot of people with my coaching
Right.
is like realizing that like yeah, everything has been backwards. Like all the stories you've had is backwards.
Everything's been backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it's about putting in the work as well, and like um it's yeah, I'm not saying no to anything, of course, now,
Hmm.
but I want to
Hmm.
see where things go.
No, 100%. Yeah.
So we can definitely catch up maybe like because I have a few weeks. In a few
You're
weeks,
going,
we can.
you're doing Brazil, you said, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to Rio end of the month, and then
Nice.
I'm gonna go see the statue. That's what I'm actually going for. It's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go to Argentina for a bit because my dad is sister there.
Yeah.
But yeah, brother, for me as well as I always
Hmm.
like, I'm always taking care of my frequency. That's the biggest thing I've known to do is like,
Hmm.
this path for me at least, for anyone that is with me,
Hmm.
it's understanding like where you can be and where you can't be.
Hmm.
Like you can't always be everywhere. It's
Hmm.
understanding that like you have a gift and like people once you really get in touch with your gift, you start to feel energy more of
Hmm.
you can be where you could be.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It's yeah, something that's like, for me that's why I could say I'm more alone now, not alone, but like I'm
Hmm.
like by myself.
Right.
Uh, but it's because I want to protect that frequency, as much as
Hmm.
possible. But like
Yeah.
I said,
Makes sense.
all to be honest, because we flowed,
Yeah.
and then we can definitely see in a few weeks where we're at.
Right.
But that you had in mind what like just speaking just for each other or
I mean, yeah, like just connecting, seeing, catching up a little bit. Yeah, definitely this is like I know a lot of time too, so dude, this isn't anything that for me doesn't pull anything away. Like I would love to chat with you like every single day, you're a buddy, so
Mhm.
I was just saying just to like catch up with each other. Yeah. Like every
Yeah,
now and then. Yeah.
we definitely do that for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll keep like an eye on like your growth as well on Instagram, stuff like that. And like
Hmm.
yeah, anything you want to speak about, we can always speak on Instagram.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, I'm gonna be a lot on YouTube, just trying to like speak as
Yeah.
much as possible. Because that's
Yeah.
where I feel like I can really like excel and like just speak.
Hmm.
Uh, Instagram is good as well, but it's very short form. It's very like, the
Hmm.
attention.
Yeah.
But they're like, who knows? It's like I said, it's doing the right things to stay aligned.
Right.
And um and yeah, brother, it's it's been good. I mean, like I even when you flow, like it's you teach yourself things. So
Hmm.
it's it's because it's not even you. Like you stuff in, you just go. It's almost like a haze you go into. It's like
Yeah, dude. And then you look back at it and it's like, whoa. Like
like
you learn,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, right now, this whole thing, I'm gonna rewatch this whole thing because I want to like just cement everything you said back into my mind again. Dude, it was
No, but I
powerful.
mean, no, like I said the other day, like, when you're with God, you don't need, as
Hmm.
much information, like
Hmm.
the wisdom all comes from the Bible, all comes from, paying attention to what he says to you.
Yeah.
But, I have, if you want, like a master class that I made that you can
Hmm.
see for free on my YouTube, like basically my habits that like keep me aligned.
Hmm.
And I call it the 0.1% lifestyle because it's like habits that, many people know is going to help them, but they're not consistent enough to do it every day. And like I
Hmm.
do it every day, like the wake up time,
Right.
devices, the tracking and stuff like that. So
Tracking the
it's
macros. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, dude,
it's
that'd be
things.
sick. I mean, even if yeah, just send it over and I'll check it out.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's I just like yeah, just speaking about this because like I said, our
Yeah.
message I feel like are gonna like cross very soon
Uh-huh.
because you have your channel which is copy, but like
Hmm.
crazy how God works. Like you have maybe this vision of how life's gonna be in like a few months, but then it's like
It changes. Yeah, 100%. I've had
like,
that happen so much.
you're
Yeah.
like how did I get here? But it's like it's perfect. So it's like
Yeah.
yeah, like, when you're making the right choices and not listening to the temptations, it's
Hmm.
it's crazy how fast you can move
Hmm.
and like, how much you can grow. But at the end of the day, it's all internal. Like the
Hmm.
levels are not external. Like people believe the levels are like when I make, this money. It's like when you feel better
Hmm.
internally, when you level up.
Hmm.
Like it's
100%.
all. So it's like
Yeah.
realizing that if you're feeling better every day, you're going the right way. And if you're not feeling better, like no
Yeah.
matter what externally you get, if you feel, if you're making twice as much money, but you feel worse, it's not the right way.
Hmm.
I know it sounds
Exactly.
weird because society tells you, oh, just push through and like, it's
Yeah.
ego.
Right.
It's you have to understand where you're at always and
Getting
like
blinded by, yeah, the devil for
getting
sure.
blinded by external things that don't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You have to understand like how you operate, how you feel within is always more important because
Hmm.
that's what you carry with you into wherever
Hmm.
God's in the next life,
Hmm.
moral. Like everything's just a reset. So it's
Yeah.
like um that's the biggest I'm seeing, but it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's constant work as well. But
Yeah.
like I said, we could definitely have another call because today's
Hmm.
11. So, I mean, we do maybe
Is it
sometime.
11th?
Yeah.
Let's
That'd
see.
probably work better for me because, I have some stuff to do before my trip.
Right.
And I'll be doing a lot of, just trying to get my message out as much as possible.
Yeah,
So
dude. Yeah, you've been crushing it. I love that. And yeah, I gotta, for me, dude, I've been just focusing on, because I got a, my client roster right now. And then personally, just because I'm trying to increase my income a little bit as well. So staying like, with all the goals too you were talking about, like definitely looking at it differently now, but just at a point where, there's a couple things that I'd love to be able to get to. Like just for example, like this house, I'm renting it. And so I want to get to a place that I'm actually buying. And even though, dude, yeah, like there's a lot that I maybe need to just pray about too to just find some clarity over the next couple of weeks if it comes, but definitely just like a lot of outreach these days. And honestly, dude, I think I even got a reply as we were talking. I saw a
Did you?
little, yeah, so that's pretty cool.
That's why it starts to
But
come.
yeah, literally.
But
But
yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna say, just follow what gives you energy, brother. At the end of the day,
Hmm.
like,
Yeah.
if I've I've learned like a lot that like I've been in like even after we stopped doing that, I was like I did business. I was like very shady. It was like an OnlyFans business,
Hmm.
and I was making money off it, but like I never felt worse in my life. I'm like
Yeah.
I can make $100,000 tomorrow, and I don't want the money.
Hmm.
Like crazy how real your conscience is, and
Right.
like following that, and like your spirits has the answers. Like I always say this in my
Hmm.
message, but people obviously not gonna understand, but
Hmm.
it's like your spirits has the
Hmm.
answer. When you
Yeah.
were born, you had the answers. When
Hmm.
you were young Diego, like 4 or 5 years old, and you weren't thinking, you had
You had
everything.
all the, yeah.
But then,
It's crazy to think about. Yeah.
something, society started to tell you fear, control, you need this, you need that,
Yeah.
and believe these stories. So it's all releasing those stories
Hmm.
back to the inner child. That's literally our purpose.
That's your mission. That's like the message to you that you were just trying to say,
Yeah.
right? Like that's it right there. And
Because
that's,
Yeah,
yeah.
Jesus was just spirit. He never had ego. If you look at
Hmm.
Jesus,
Hmm.
the reason he was perfect is he never had ego. He never
Hmm.
had someone trying to control him or saying you need to have this fear. It's
Hmm.
all stories. It's all fake. Like when you're
Hmm.
in spirit and you're flowing, you're as close to God as you can be. And
Hmm.
then from there, he's gonna start to release stories and give you wisdom. But for me, for you, I'd say just follow whatever gives you energy. Like you do
Hmm.
something, you're like crazy. Like
Yeah.
like don't
Hmm.
just do it just because like it's like maybe it's like a feeling to do it's like the right thing to do. It's like
Hmm.
everything has to give you energy. Even like side projects, passions, like you have to like
Hmm.
get what you're doing because that's
Yeah.
all that matters. It's not
Hmm.
a feeling, it's energy. It's very different. It's a frequency. It's not like
Yeah.
you get this feeling of like chasing another feeling because you did it. It's like you
Hmm.
just continue. It's like a
Hmm.
well, it's like a boost. You're like crazy. Like that's the thing that you need to do more of. So I
Yeah.
would say just do more of that and like just
Okay.
pray to God. Like He's gonna give you,
For sure.
everything. Just have faith in Him. Just say thank you, of course. Be grateful
Right.
for what He's giving you. His brother, He's
Right.
giving you, two beautiful kids. A wife.
Hmm.
So it's brother, you have a lot that you can be
Hmm.
grateful for. And, He's
100%.
adding well as long as your intention is pure. That's the biggest thing. Like
Hmm.
read about this as well is like everything you do should be for your inner child. Like everything you're doing right now would 4-year-old you be proud of who you are
Hmm.
to the decisions you make, how you make your money, how
Hmm.
you train, how you treat your wife, like would
Hmm.
it be looking at you now and be proud of that person. That's
Hmm.
all you care about, and God. Nothing
Yeah.
else.
And God. Yeah.
The opinion of your mother or your
Yeah.
father or your grandfather or the people closest to you or what they say on social media about you. The only thing that
Hmm.
matters is God and your inner child. Is he proud of you? That's all that matters. That
Hmm.
makes things so much more simple, and you just start moving fast, fast, fast.
I'm
Because like
gonna
everything
carry
else,
that, bro.
noise,
Yeah.
noise, noise, noise. You just
Yeah.
start moving with God, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then your attention is going to be pure if you have that because you're doing it for your
Hmm.
inner. And then
Hmm.
from grow, 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 and like it's also releasing stories. Like
Yeah.
that's what I recommend is like speaking more about who is Diego, like
Right.
what you had in the past, like
Right.
your upbringing, like things that the thing that you don't want to speak about the most is what you should
Hmm.
speak. The thing that like
Mm.
bothers you a bit and like kind of like is there and like it's like why is it there? Just speak about it because that's what the
Mm.
devil's going to use. Either you
Mm.
speak it to the world or the devil's going to use that and just keep
Mm.
just acting with it. So
Hmm.
be smart. So if you release it to the world, he has no ammunition. It's like you just
Okay.
ammunition of the devil to the
Because he
world.
comes in the thoughts, right? Like that's where his
Yeah, it's thinking. It's
that's
thinking.
yeah,
Like he's
thinking.
gonna
Yeah.
come. Yeah, like when you're flowing, he can't touch you.
No.
When you're flowing, he cannot touch you. It's
Right.
just God.
Yeah.
If you look at athletes that have like these like they scored 40 points in a quarter, that's not them. That's flow. That's
Yeah.
God literally just
Yeah.
just working with them. So you can't. He's not thinking and like he's not on the bench. Like he's just flowing. He's like okay, like put me on. It's
Dude, I
like
was just rewatching Kobe's 81 points. So that's funny you brought that up too.
it's not like they're like okay, like what's next? Like he's just flowing. He's
Just
like
going out there,
oh,
yeah.
like, I don't want to break. Like he's just in flow state. So
Yeah.
like, that's when the devil can't touch you. But
Yeah.
of course, it's like he comes in with thinking. He comes
Mhm.
in with like control and like okay, you're doing this right, like, but what about this? And like that's when he comes and like he just tries to like attack you with a story, and then you run
Mm,
from it. So it's like removing that, just like speak. I
hmm
would say the biggest thing you can do to set yourself free is speak. Don't
Speak.
just speak about what you're doing, but speak like, who is Diego? Like today,
hmm
oh, I'm doing things right, but I don't understand this. Like just
hmm
speak to the world, and it sounds weird, and like you're gonna get stories about like what they're gonna say and stuff like that.
And
But
you're
like,
saying this to do it like just with everyone that I encounter, like my family or
oh no,
or what are we
speaking to
saying?
like on YouTube, like speak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't speak
Okay.
to
Gotcha.
speak into like the world and like
Okay.
speak about whatever is on your mind. Like,
Yeah.
any story that you have, because you're
Yeah.
gonna speak, you're gonna realize it's not you. It's just a story. It's not like who it
Right.
is actually you are.
Okay.
And the faster you can do that, you just grow, brother. Like you can
Yeah.
see on my YouTube, everything I've spoken about like
Yeah.
ex-girlfriend, spoken about, I don't know, like family, like so many different things that I
Yeah.
thought were so real and like, oh, it's gonna like, change things forever. And I just said it and like it just released and like,
Mm.
yeah, I have to be okay with like being emotional and like releasing all that, but it's
hmm
all technical. And
I like
like when
that. Yeah.
when you have a good like video, you're gonna like feel like a release, like it's
hmm
like a weighted vest off.
Yeah. I did that once with my email list. It's not big, but I did build up a little bit of an email list and I was home alone that day. My wife was working, kids were at the grandma's, and I just had some thoughts and I press record and then I sent that recording in an email specific just to my email list. So it's like it's still a tight-knit group of people listening to that. But then I
Mhm.
got some replies like saying, "Hey man, this was like really touching." And it was actually talking about uh when I found out I was going to be a dad and then how eventually, I was so wrapped up with how am I going to make this work? I just had all these thoughts, which is funny, we're talking about thoughts. And then like finally, like I kind of was able to control the chaos when I would go back to God. Like that was
Yeah.
my message for that recording. And so I had people replying to that, sending me back emails like, "Dude, I really loved hearing that. That was really cool." So now that you're telling me that, like I know I need to do that more because it is a powerful message. It's essentially like you're saying, just we're a vessel when we get into those modes, and God does the rest from there, you know?
Okay, touch you. Like, no, like the person you have to worry about touching you is the devil. That's it.
Yeah.
No one human can do anything to you.
Yeah.
It's just literally just it's all energy. Like even
hmm
people that you realize that like everything is either the spirit within somebody or the ego. Like
hmm
the devil defending himself. Like have you ever had like things of like people like you want to like hurt you or like say things about you? It's not them. It's just
hmm
spiritual. It's like
hmm
understanding that like it's gonna seem like arrogance to people around you or ego, but
That
it's
changes a lot, dude. That knowing that right there, what you just said, like just changes everything about how you view the whole world. Like it's not them. It's not like this attack, this personal attack. It's just,
personal harm.
yeah, yeah,
Part of the devil. So it's like
right.
even family could say things about you and like backhanded compliments, but like just
hmm
forgive them because it's not them. That's why I'm saying
hmm
Jesus got nailed to a cross and forgave the person as it was
hmm
happening. He knew it was the devil, it was not the
hmm
person. Because he
hmm
could be his name could be Jason, he could be black, he could be white, but it's
Yeah.
not the person. You're in control. Like you
hmm
want to make the story about, oh, this type of person did this to me. So it's like, no, the devil did that to you. Person doesn't matter. So
hmm
it's like realizing that like it's all spiritual. Like it's just the flesh is like it's just vessels for either God or the spirit, like or the devil. That's
That's
it.
it. Yeah. Dang.
Literally, that's it.
Yeah.
It's
Man.
a simple. So it's like,
Yeah.
but just yeah, just put your faith. Read the Bible more. Get more
hmm
wisdom. Set yourself free. That's the biggest thing I could say is like
hmm
things that are bothering you. Like don't hold it in. Don't try to think about it because that's the devil. Kind of try to
hmm
give you another story and
hmm
like fill you more with more stories and feelings. Just
Yeah.
speak. Hey guys, this happened, but I feel this way, and like just set yourself free. And like
hmm
it's crazy how you're gonna feel after, and you're gonna like have more
hmm
stories, but it's just the devil trying to like hold you literally. It's like
hmm
trying to like hold you with a rope, and you
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah. Lots of great
but
stuff here, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go. It's getting a little bit darker here. It's,
it's definitely
January gets dark at
yeah.
freaking 4 or whatever. So yeah, gonna go get the kids. And man, I really appreciate this and just talking to you again, bro. This was amazing. So yeah, we'll go back and forth on IG and then just kind of go from there. See
Yeah,
whenever
but yeah, I
we
have
can
more
hop
time
on.
in February, and then yeah, we
Yeah,
could do something.
sounds
But
good, dude.
for now, yeah, I'm just gonna try and flow and get the message out.
Yeah,
So
you're crushing it, bro. Yeah, I'm excited to keep seeing all of that.
yeah,
And yeah, we'll stay in touch, man.
yeah,
All
it's
right.
recorded too, so it's crazy.
Say
Yeah,
what?
I'll record it too. It's just crazy. So
Yeah, yeah, we got that. I knew something was gonna come from this. I just knew I felt it. So, yeah. All right, man.
God bless. Let's
God
go.
bless you.